There are places that don't forget the people who enter them. They don't remember faces. Faces fade too easily. Names disappear even faster. But sound stays. These places remember breathing, uneven, nervous, human. They remember footsteps, especially when someone tries to walk quietly. They remember the pauses between words, the slight tremor in a voice when a person lies to themselves. People say walls can't listen. That's not true. They just don't answer right away. This story was never meant to be told. It wasn't written to be read. It wasn't meant to be heard out loud. Because the moment you hear it, it already knows how your voice sounds. Room 417 doesn't exist anymore. At least, that's what the records say. That's what the archives claim. That's what the staff will tell you, if they've worked there long enough to stop asking questions. The hotel still stands in northern Nevada, isolated in the desert. A dying neon sign flickers above it, humming softly through the night. Even when the building is officially without power. It's not loud. It's worse than that. It sounds alive, like something trapped inside the walls. Locals don't stay there. Truck drivers pass it by, even when their fuel lights are blinking red. But I didn't know any of that. I was just tired. Passing through. Low on gas and patience. The clerk never looked up when I walked in. He slid a key across the counter. Metal. Heavy. Colder than it should have been. Then he paused. "If you hear anything," he said quietly, "don't answer it." The hallway felt wrong. Not immediately, but enough that my body noticed before my mind did. It was too long. Too narrow. My footsteps echoed as if there were more than one set of them. Sometimes the sound lagged behind me. Sometimes it felt like someone was matching my pace perfectly, just out of sight. Room 417 was at the very end. No emergency exit. No service door. Just a blank wall beyond it. That detail stayed with me longer than it should have. Inside, the room was unnaturally clean. Sterile. Like it had never been used, or had been scrubbed too thoroughly. No paintings. No clock. No visible outlets. Just a bed, neatly made. A desk. A single chair. And in the center of the desk, an old cassette tape recorder. Not plugged in. No label. No tape visible. I assumed it was broken. I went to sleep. I woke up at exactly 17 a.m. Not from a sound. From the certainty that something was breathing. Slow. Measured. Close enough that I could feel it, even without hearing it clearly. I didn't move. The breathing stopped. The silence that followed felt deliberate, like it was waiting. Then a whisper came out of the darkness. "Don't move." The voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. The tape recorder clicked. A red light turned on. The tape began to play. My voice came out of it. "If you're hearing this," it said calmly, "it means I've failed." My chest tightened. I don't own a tape recorder. I've never recorded myself speaking. I know how my voice sounds, and this was exactly it. Same tone, same pauses, same tired edge I hadn't noticed before. I tried to leave. The recording continued. It doesn't like that. The tape stopped. No static, no click, just silence. Then I felt the mattress shift slightly behind me. The breathing returned. Closer now. Morning erased everything. No red light, no breathing, no weight behind me. The tape recorder sat quietly on the desk, exactly where it had been before. I took it downstairs. The clerk froze when he saw it. "You weren't supposed to play that," he said. I told him my room number. He stared at me for a long time before shaking his head. "There is no room 417. He turned the registry toward me. My name wasn't there. No check-in. No key record. Nothing. I searched online. The hotel hadn't always been a hotel. Decades ago, it was a hospital. Before that, a psychiatric ward. Room 417 had been an observation room. Patients complained about hearing voices that repeated their own words back to them. Doctors blamed stress, sleep disorders, auditory hallucinations. Until the recordings started, every patient was encouraged to keep audio logs, and every final recording ended the same way. It's learned my voice. I tried to leave. My car wouldn't start. That night, the tape recorder was already on. A new tape. My voice again. It doesn't need permission, it said. It only needs to listen. The walls whispered. Dozens of voices. Familiar voices. Wrong voices. Some of them were mine. Some of them sounded like me, but older, or tired, or afraid. At 3:33 a.m., the room spoke, not the recorder. The room itself. You gave me sound, it said. Now I exist. The door slammed shut. The walls leaned inward, just enough to notice. The tape clicked. My voice whispered, "This is the last tape," or afraid. I woke up in my car, parked outside the hotel. Morning sunlight, clear sky, no tape recorder, just my phone. There was a new audio file, recorded at 3:33 a.m. Room 417 final.wae. I've never played it, but sometimes, late at night, I hear breathing, and it sounds exactly like me. If you ever find a tape recorder in a place where it shouldn't exist, don't listen, because once it learns your voice, it never forgets.